Oxford, Walt. I decided it's a casual day here at home today. And I'm doing this video to talk to you about the 6 degrees of spinal movement, what they are, why they're important, and how they affect us. And to start off, I'll ask you to think about what position your body is in almost maybe your entire day, the largest part of your day. Anybody come up with this? If you're on a cell phone, if you're driving in a car, if you're sitting at a desk. Forward flexion. The spine is flexed forward. Conversely, the spine extends backward. So what happens when we're in a forward flexed position for so long? The muscles that are used to hold us in that position are chronically tensed and have a lot of trouble letting go. We have a difficult time coming out of that position fully, and even when we do, those muscles may still be tight and causing discomfort. One of the ways that this can show up is with back problems. The muscles that bring us into a forward flexion are the hip flexors. So the hip flexors bringing me down here, and it's the muscles of the back that bring me upright. So if these muscles are chronically tense, these muscles have to do extra work just to allow me to stand up comfortably or to allow me to stand erect at all. And that is where quite a few back problems can come from, is holding that tension in the front of the body. And what does this mean for us emotionally? Okay, it's a physical discomfort. It doesn't feel good. But there's a particular importance with that forward flex position. One of the features of the human body is that whenever it's threatened, whenever there is a acute stress, an acute danger, if you would hear a loud blast, for example, the body would naturally do this. Over millennia, it has learned to protect the vital organs of the abdomen, the chest, and the face. Now, when we put the body in that position intentionally, we're sending a signal to the brain, to the subconscious mind, that there's a problem, that we're in a stressful situation, that we're in a dangerous situation, even though we may not be, even though the only problem may be that you missed that text on your phone. So we can become emotionally stressed due to how we're standing or sitting. True. I mentioned the hip flexors. The psoas muscles, which you may have heard of, are the deepest muscles in the body and are hip flexor muscles. They start out, they originate at the T12 vertebra. They run down through the torso and they connect to the inner thigh. And those muscles are responsible for doing this and this. Okay? Very, very deep muscles. Psoas muscles cannot be palpated by a doctor. They're down deep, deep, deep in the body. we want to release tension out of our muscles. Before I get too far along with talking about releasing the tension, let me demonstrate the 6 degrees of spinal movement. And to do that, I'm going to go through an upper sun salute, or a variation thereof, and I will point out the degrees of spinal movement as I go through. So starting in mountain pose. Breathe in, sweep up, prayer hands, exhale, draw down through the heart. Breathe in, sweep up. Sweep the hands wide, fold forward, forward flexion. Hands on the shins, pressing back with the tailbone. Exhale, lower. Sweep the arms out wide, rise up. Prayer hands, exhale, draw down through the heart. Just your right hand, breathe in, sweep up. Exhale, take a little side bend. Lateral flexion. Breathe in, come up, sweep down, breathing out. Breathe in, sweep up, exhale to a little side bend. Breathe in, sweep up, exhale, sweep down. We're going to add a twist and a back extension in with that side bend. So we'll have lateral flexion, back extension, and rotation. And I'll turn so that you can see this. So breathing in, sweeping up, exhaling to that side bend. Lateral flexion. As you do this, turn the head to look at the biceps of the arm. Let that arm drift back. Let the eyes follow. You are not only in lateral flexion, but also extension and rotation. Inhale, return, still side bending. Breathe in, sweep up, exhale, sweep down. The other side. Inhale, sweep up, exhale, side bend. Turn the head to look at the biceps. Let the arm drift back, let the eyes follow. Lateral flexion, side bending, and extension. Return to just the side bend. Breathe in, sweep up, exhale, sweep down. Sweep both arms straight up overhead. Sink in the knees, drop the hips, drop the shoulders, let the chin rise, arch the back. Let the jaw open wide, let the eyes open wide. Return upright, exhale, sweep down. And just to finish up, one more sun breath. Sweep up. Prayer hands, exhale, sweep wide, take a forward fold. Reach down for your mat. Take that halfway lift, palms on the shins, lengthening the spine, pressing back with the tailbone, pressing forward with the crown of your head. On an out breath, release the hands down to the mat. Sweep them out wide. Breathe in, rise up. Prayer hands, exhale, draw down through the heart. Back to mountain pose. Okay, so you got to see all 6 degrees of spinal movement. Forward flexion, back extension, lateral flexion to each side, and rotation, twisting to each side. And once you begin to use all the movements of the spine, that chronic stress, that chronic tension held in the hip flexors, particularly the psoas, also the belly, the muscles of the abdomen, and the chest begins to release. Not only are those muscles getting moved and stretched, but the other muscles as well are getting movement that they do not usually get. Many other forms of exercise, and I know you do these things, weightlifting, running, great exercise. But do they have the variety that yoga does in terms of what I just showed you, in terms of the spinal movement? No, they don't. Great exercise. I love to walk. I love to do some strength training myself, aside from some of the more strenuous poses of yoga. I've been doing yoga for about 6 years now, and not teaching for the past couple of weeks. Sure, I became a bit lax, and a few days ago I had to get up here in this room and start doing some, because I said to myself, yoga won't let me go. I didn't like how I was feeling in my body after a couple of days or so without doing it. It feels very good. And is there anything else that I want to touch on before I wrap up this video? I'm going to have more videos coming. There's going to be quite a few more actually. Some very quick release techniques for tension, quick release techniques, some education on breathing, some breathing practices, fascia, which is particularly important in yin yoga, and it's a class I love to teach and to practice. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this informative, and I hope that there's information in here that you can use, whether it be in your own yoga practice, or whether it be maybe supplementing a running program or a weightlifting program or whatever, with some poses, with some stretches, whatever. I hope this works well for you. Have a great day, and look for more. There will be much more material coming. Take care, everybody from Oxford. Have a great day. Be safe, be well, be good to yourself. Take care.